The prison of the mind. The strongest prison you will ever face is not built of stone or guarded by soldiers. It is the prison of your own mind. Invisible walls, built out of fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs, can trap you more effectively than any iron bars ever could. Many people spend their entire lives confined within this prison, not because life itself locked them there, but because their thoughts did. Think of the times you hesitated to follow a dream because a voice inside whispered, "You're not good enough." Think of the opportunities you let pass by because fear painted pictures of failure before you even began. Think of the moments when your past mistakes echoed so loudly that you could not hear the possibility of a new beginning. That is the prison of the mind, a place where the chains are forged from your own beliefs and the key has always been in your hands. This prison convinces you that you are small, that you are powerless, that life is happening to you rather than through you. It feeds you stories of limitation. You can't change. You will never succeed. People like you don't achieve those dreams. The more you accept these stories, the more real they become, until you forget that they were never the truth to begin with. But here is the deeper truth. The walls of this prison are illusions. They are shadows of fear pretending to be solid. Every time you challenge them, every time you question a limiting belief, you realize that what felt like steel was only smoke. What felt like an unbreakable chain was only a thought. The prison of the mind is not permanent. It is not unbreakable. It is not who you are. It is simply the reflection of how you have been trained to think. And the moment you decide to take back your power, the moment you choose to see beyond the lies of fear, the walls begin to crack. Light begins to seep in, and you begin to realize something extraordinary. You were never truly trapped. You always had the power to walk free, the power of choice. If the mind can be a prison, it can also be a key. The difference lies in the choices you make. Every single day, you are given countless opportunities to choose which thoughts to believe, which stories to accept, and which path to walk. This is the greatest power you will ever hold. The power of choice. Your mind is a tool, a servant, a creator of possibilities, but left unchecked, it becomes a master that enslaves you. It replays old fears, magnifies your doubts, and keeps you trapped in cycles of hesitation. Yet the moment you remember that you are the one choosing which thoughts to entertain, the balance shifts. You realize that you are not a victim of your mind. You are its director. Choice transforms everything. When you choose courage over fear, you create a new path where none seem to exist. When you choose forgiveness over resentment, you release the weight of bitterness and unlock peace. When you choose discipline over comfort, you unlock freedom from regret. Each choice is a key, and each key opens a door. The question is not whether you have the power, you always have it. The real question is whether you will use it. Will you continue to choose the same old stories of limitation, or will you choose to step into the unknown and discover your strength? Will you allow your mind to echo with fear, or will you fill it with visions of possibility? Every choice you make either tightens the chains or unlocks the door. The greatest leaders, creators, and visionaries are not people who never felt fear. They are people who chose courage anyway. They are people who refused to let their past define their future. They are people who chose again and again to see their mind not as a prison, but as a key. And so can you. Every time you choose differently, every time you replace fear with faith, every time you act with courage despite doubt, ye unlock more of your true potential. You begin to see that the key has always been in your hands. The question is, will you use it today? Awakening to freedom. Freedom does not begin when your circumstances change. Freedom begins when your perception changes. The prison of the mind has never truly been locked. The door has always been open. The only thing that kept you inside was the belief that you could not leave. Awakening is the moment you realize that the chains were illusions, that the walls were shadows, and that the power to walk free was always within you. Awakening means taking back authority over your thoughts. It means no longer allowing fear to dictate your decisions. It means refusing to let the past control your future. It means recognizing that your mind is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally when you train it, when you guide it, when you use it with intention. Freedom begins with awareness. When you become aware of the stories you tell yourself, you can rewrite them. When you become aware of the beliefs that limit you, you can replace them. When you become aware of the power within you, you stop waiting for permission to live the life you desire. You begin to walk boldly, guided not by fear, but by vision, not by doubt, but by faith. The world outside you may not change overnight, but the world within you can change in an instant. The moment you decide, I am not a prisoner, you are free. The moment you choose, I will no longer feed fear with my attention, you are free. The moment you step forward, despite doubt, despite uncertainty, despite the voice of limitation, you prove to yourself that freedom was never something to be found. It was something to be claimed. So I ask you now, will you continue to live within the prison of your own thoughts, repeating the same cycles, accepting the same lies? Or will you use the key that has always been in your hands? Will you unlock the door and step into the vastness of your potential? The decision is yours. And when you choose freedom, when you decide to awaken, your entire world begins to transform. As we arrive at this moment together, I want you to pause and breathe. Inhale slowly, exhale gently. Let the sound of your own breath remind you of something sacred. You are alive, you are here, and you are free to choose how you will live the rest of your life. Throughout this journey, we have explored the truth that the mind can be either a prison or a key. You now understand that the bars that once seemed so strong were not forged by destiny or fate or other people. They were forged by fear, doubt, and belief systems you inherited or accepted. But here, in this very moment, you also know that you are not bound by them anymore. The key has always been within you, and now you hold it in your hands. But freedom is not a single decision. It is a daily practice. Every morning when you wake, you are faced with choices. Will you allow fear to direct your steps, or will you walk with courage? Will you let your past dictate your identity, or will you choose to create a new story? Will you remain behind invisible walls, or will you use the key and unlock new doors? Every choice matters. Every thought builds your reality. You must understand something profound. You are not your fears, you are not your doubts, and you are not the limitations that once held you. You are the awareness behind them. You are the light that sees the darkness. And light is never imprisoned by shadow. It shines regardless. The more you recognize this truth, the less power fear will have over you. The more you see yourself as the master of your mind, the more clearly you will see the infinite possibilities before you. The path of awakening is not about escaping life. It is about engaging with it fully. It is about realizing that your mind can serve as a sacred tool, a creator of visions, a builder of dreams, a guide toward your higher self. You no longer need to run from it. You need only to master it, train it, teach it to serve your spirit rather than enslave it. And yes, the journey will not always be easy. There will be days when the old prison calls you back, when the chains of doubt rattle loudly, when fear whispers that you are not enough. But in those moments, remember this: you are the one holding the key. You are the one who decides what to believe. You are the one who decides whether to open the door or remain behind it. Your freedom is not fragile. It is unshakable because it does not depend on the world outside you. It depends only on the choices you make within. Imagine for a moment what your life would look like if you chose freedom every day. Imagine waking each morning with gratitude, courage, and clarity. Imagine facing challenges not as walls but as doorways, each one unlocking more strength within you. Imagine no longer living by fear but by vision, creating, growing, expanding into the fullness of who you are. This is not a fantasy. This is the reality waiting for you on the other side of the prison door. And when you rise into that reality, something incredible happens. Your freedom does not end with you. It inspires others. When you break free, you give permission for others to do the same. When you show the world that the prison is an illusion, Others begin to see the cracks in their own walls. Your awakening becomes a light that spreads, a spark that ignites flames in hearts that had almost given up hope. You are not just unlocking your life, you are helping to unlock the lives of countless others. So I ask you, with all the conviction of your soul, what will you choose? Will you let the prison of the mind define your destiny? Or will you rise, key in hand, and claim your freedom? Will you continue living as a prisoner of thoughts? Or will you step boldly into the truth that you are infinite, powerful, unstoppable? The time is now. The choice is yours. And the key, it has always been in your hand. Dies. Step forward, turn the lock, walk into the vastness of your potential. Let today be the day you rise. Let today be the day you remember. Your mind is not your prison. Your mind is your key, and with it, you can unlock a life beyond fear, beyond limitation, beyond anything you've ever imagined. The door is open, the path is waiting, and the world is ready for the freedom that only you can bring.